Well, guys, we are back for another episode of the Liberal Asshole Show, episode 104. And what are today's topics?
Trump convicted and wants to bomb Russia and China. And Coulter being racist to Vivek. Mexico and India elections. And the Indian heatwave. Libertarian president nominee and Libertarian party hot mic moment. And hardcore anime shippers need to touch grass.
Oh boy, I had to do somewhat earlier today too. So, anyways,
Except the one that when it comes to hardcore anime shippers needing to touch grass.
Instead of giving death threats.
Pokemon ones who are like, we're touching grass because they want to layer grass type Pokemon.
And not give out death threats, people.
Count.
But anyways, what will we talk about first?
Trump's conviction.
So yeah, guys, this happened last week as the first of Trump's many convictions happened recently. And he was charged guilty on all 34 counts of his money shit with Stormy Daniels and such. And he's not going to actually be sentenced till like July, so he's still got over a month to go. So, and of course, what will happen when he's indicted? No one knows yet. Now, he could face, I think, up to a maximum of 5 years or so in prison. He could face several years in prison, but that's on the high end. He could potentially just be like, community service or fine or something like that. He could potentially get off easily and such like there. So, we have no idea what will happen yet. We have to wait and see. But of course, he deserved it because he's a corrupt piece of shit. And don't forget, guys, he's still got other convictions coming up. Denying the 2020 election, January 6th, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't even remember. There's so many of them. And of course...
There's four major ones at this point. Four things he's been indicted on with 91 charges combined.
Sucks to be a stupid fascist orangutan now, don't it?
Yep.
Stupid idiot. So, yeah, we don't know what will happen to him yet, but we gotta make this absolutely abundantly clear. This absolutely, even if it is the weakest one, the Stormy Daniels stuff, this is the weakest stuff, people. It's not even the more hardcore stuff that should keep him from being president. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing, too. Even if he does face all this, even if he faced the worst thing, prison, there's still no guarantee that he can't be president. He could still run, potentially, and win. Which
he can still conduct his presidency from prison.
Which is absolutely pathetic and something that should not be allowed, but it's America, of course, so we know how that is. So we have to wait and see on that regard. But what I also wanted to bring up, too, is this, like I said, despite being the weakest one, is absolutely devastating for Trump. This is really going to hurt his chances of winning, to the point where I almost want to say that Biden has it almost guaranteed to win now, but unfortunately I can't because of America. But either way, this absolutely hurts Trump immensely, which is why we've been saying for like the last 2 years now why we think Biden is going to win, because Trump has worse problems.
Yep.
Like, the problem with Biden is he just sucks. He doesn't have criminal convictions on him. Trump does. Like, this is way worse. And the polls just came out recently because Let's Talk Elections covered it.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of the polls, Trump already has gone down like 2 points already. And that is pretty big enough to potentially swing the election just like that. Maybe you should look that up really quickly.
I'm just looking around a bit here.
Because, yeah, this is absolutely devastating for Trump. Because here's the thing. Trump already has his base. Like, they're never going to leave him. Oh, yeah, funny enough, too. There was a poll that Dylan Burns showed. Like, before Trump's conviction, it said, like, only 17% of Republicans would support a president that has a conviction on him. Now, it's up to 58%.
Of course it is.
Oh, when it's Daddy Trump now, all of a sudden, you want to support a convicted felon. Shows how pathetic and spineless you are.
Because quite a few that are showing Biden up or even. Nice.
Yeah, this definitely is going to hurt him. The only thing that could save him is that Biden maybe could do something really stupid, or because it is still several months away, and of course Americans are well known to forget stuff, so by then Americans couldn't forget shit, but like we said, anything could happen still. We have no idea, but this...
the margin in Pennsylvania's starting to swing back to Biden. That's good.
Gee, why am I not surprised? I told you, because
Pennsylvania's coming back. Is Michigan coming back as well? Yes, Michigan's coming back.
yeah, I told you. This was, like I said, it's completely devastating.
Georgia.
I bet.
No, Georgia's not. Arizona.
I'm pretty sure.
Starting to come in a little bit for Arizona.
I'm pretty sure if
Nevada's another one.
I'm pretty sure if Biden had Pennsylvania and Michigan, I'd probably still guarantee his win, wouldn't it? Pretty sure.
Give me a moment to check the map.
I'm pretty sure even if he lost Georgia and Arizona, he probably would still win.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Another thing too, guys.
Georgia, Michigan, could he lose all of them? Yes, actually. If he holds, he's got to hold Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. He gets them. He can afford to lose Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia and still fall over the line.
And by the way,
270 to 268.
And by the way, those free to lead right now are the free easiest potentially to get. Yep. Sucks to suck. Oh yeah. And another poll recently came out too that Let's Talk Elections covered too. Now Trump's conviction has swung the election out for Democrats in the Senate. So now Democrats on track to win both potentially now.
Oh, that'd be good.
Stupid fucking dumbass. Maybe that's why you shouldn't do criminal stuff. But yeah, I keep going off track. I mean to say this because the big problem for Trump is his base, of course, is going to support him no matter what, as we already covered. But here's the thing. He can't rely on his base alone. He needs independent voters, and he's going to, just like we said about Democrats need to get some Republican voters, Trump also needs to get Democratic voters. But the problem is, because of his actions and his conviction stuff, now it's going to be even less likely he's going to get these people. And he's going to need them if he wants to have any chance to win. Like, it's bad enough it could potentially even out where even if Biden doesn't get progressive voters, if Trump doesn't get indies and some Dems, it's going to be a wash. And Biden could still win that regard, too.
Yeah. This would be wild.
So, yeah, what do you guys say about this? The first of, hopefully, many convictions that will hopefully keep him from running and winning.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Man, I guess that's what happens when you keep throwing shit out of your mouth instead of keeping your mouth shut and stop doing criminal stuff. Fucking idiot. So, get wrecked, orangutan, and such. So, of course, now I guess we're on to the next topic.
And that is Trump wanting to bomb Russia and China.
Gee, Trump, thank you for giving me a second reason why now I have to vote for senile old man Biden. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
Brain dead Biden.
Yep. You really are forcing me, Trump. You really are forcing me. So, yeah, guys. Trump says if he becomes president, he would bomb Russia and China. And, of course, try and start World War III, which... Remember months ago where he said that he would let NATO countries get attacked by Russia and can encourage them to do so if they don't pay their 2%, which is why I said then I'm going to have to vote for senile old man Biden because of that. Now, this is a second reason now. Absolutely pathetic. So, yeah, wait, is this... this is the video. I swear... Trump, you cannot stop saying stupid things. And remember, guys, he wanted to bomb Iran. He wanted to freaking bomb Mexico randomly out of nowhere. Remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, my gosh. Can you just keep your mouth shut, you imperialist pig? Oh, my God. So, let's watch and see.
Imperialism if Democrats and Western terrorist organizations do it.
All right, let's see how sad, pathetic this is. Hey, Trump, another thing too, you're going to help people want to vote against you because you won't shut up. You keep saying dumb things. Now you force me to vote for someone who I don't want to vote for. Good job. Come on, play the video.
So the other week, we discussed Trump at a closed-door billionaire fundraiser, basically making promises and having all sorts of quid pro quos. So, yeah, you support me, and I'll make sure you get your tax cuts, and you get your deregulation, and you get everything you want. And of course, this flies directly in the face of when he ran in 2015 and 2016, he pretended like he was self-funding. He wasn't. But he also did the whole drain the swamp bit. He also famously called out Jeb Bush in a debate and said he's like a puppet. He's controlled by the donors. When he was booed at a debate, he pointed at the crowd and said, "That's all the donors right there. That's all the lobbyists and all the donors. And that's why they don't love me, because they bought everybody else up here." So he made like a whole anti-corruption veneer. Well, this time he's not even pretending anymore. Like I said, we covered the quid pro quo from the other week with his closed-door fundraisers. Now we have one. Honestly, this might be even worse. Trump suggested at fundraiser he would have bombed Russia and China. What?
Of course.
What? Mr. Anti-War. I'm so anti-war. Here we go. Donald Trump suggested during a fundraising event that he would have bombed Moscow in response to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and attacked Beijing if China invaded Taiwan on his watch, according to a Washington Post.
Okay, that sounds a lot better than Kyle made it sound.
It sounds a bit better.
Well, I mean, we're not...
the bombing in Moscow if they invaded Ukraine is stupid, but...
Yeah. Taiwan, if China does that, that makes perfect sense because we're allied with Taiwan, such. So, yeah, that would be China's fault in that regard. The way he made it sound like he just wanted to bomb them for no reason, which, yeah, that would be absolutely stupid and such. And, yeah, bombing Russia, too, for invading Ukraine, yeah, that's stupid. Let Ukrainians bomb them instead since they're involved in the war. The only way we would bomb Russia and China should be if they attack us or do something stupid in that regard. Which, as long as they don't do anything stupid, we're not going to do that.
Post report.
Yeah, this is
the comments
a lot
surprised
better than
some of the donors at the event.
Be.
James Gilmore, who served as Mr. Trump's ambassador to the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, told reporters in Taiwan earlier this month that Mr. Trump isn't an isolationist, but that he's simply trying to get allies to put more emphasis on their own defense. Quote,
by encouraging them to get invaded by Coulter, of course, as we saw.
Trump will be supportive of Taiwan when he becomes president.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
In his first term, he said, according to Reuters. China claims Taiwan is its own territory over the objections of the Taiwanese government. The
it's not.
Did support Taiwan, including via arms sales, which have continued under Biden. Mr. Trump has rarely mentioned Ukraine in recent months. Last year, he claimed that he would have the war settled in less than a day.
Yeah, sure,
in February,
pal.
He wrote on Truth Social, "We should never give money anymore without the hope of a payback or without strings attached." In April, he said, "As everyone agrees, Ukrainian survival and strength should be much more important to Europe than to us. But it is also important to us. Get moving, Europe."
You don't give a shit.
Mr. Trump praised Chinese leader
Definitely
Xi Jinping as recently as February. Appearing on Fox News, he was asked, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the deal. He always praises fucking...
Trump pro-China? Republicans pro-China? What's going on here? I thought you neocons hate them so much.
Strongman. But anyway, suggested he would have bombed Russia and China. Now, remember, guys, this is the same guy who very often said...
Yeah, this is going to be actually interesting since the framing made it sound a lot better. I wonder what Kyle is going to say, something probably stupid all of a sudden.
He's anti-war.
Probably something good and...
In fact, he's even railed against neocons and warmongers.
Stupid. You know what he's
guess what? Who was in his
like
administration?
times.
John Bolton, neocon warmonger. Gina Haspel, neocon warmonger. Mike Pompeo, neocon warmonger. He packed his administration full of them. And the last time... he did an increase of drone strikes of 432%. He kept us in Iraq. He kept us in Afghanistan. He assassinated General Soleimani, a top Iranian commander,
Syria
which nearly sparked another gigantic war. He tried to coup Venezuela. He ripped up the Iran agreement. He says he wants war with Mexico.
Tried to start shit with Cuba, too.
Yep.
And, of course, wanted to bomb Mexico, as I just mentioned earlier.
The drug cartels. He armed Saudi Arabia as they did a genocide in Yemen. He did the Abraham Accords and moved the embassy
Florida man tries to overthrow Venezuela. Remember
Israel
that?
to Jerusalem. And, of course, that helped lead to October 7th. Not remotely anti-war, not even close. And now we know on Russia and China it's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
Well, Kyle, to be fair, the one of them would be self-defense with China. Russia, that'd be stupid. Taiwan, that would make sense, though.
The thing he'll do all the time is just be like, it never would have happened. October 7th never would have happened.
Yeah,
even
sure,
though my
pal.
policies partly led to that.
10-7 would have happened under Trump. And probably Russia invading Ukraine, too.
It never would have happened.
Yes.
It never would have happened. And then it's, I'll settle it in a day. But he's saying behind the scenes to these donors, I would have bombed them. I would have bombed Russia and China. I don't trust this motherfucker. I don't trust him. Based off of what he did the last time. You don't even need to go by his words. Fuck that. Based off what he did last time. He was unhinged in the most random ways. And then, by the way, to show you he doesn't even have a coherent philosophy. Like, John Bolton is a neocon warmonger and he's horrible. But he also has a coherent philosophy.
Has a vague idea of what he's talking about.
I'd rather have that old man fall asleep in the White House instead of the freaking orangutan going and trying to bomb everyone and start World War III. Thank you very much. Exactly. Rather just sleep all day and not do anything.
right? He wants war everywhere.
Fall asleep talking
Trump
to a politician
wants war
again,
in most
please.
places, and then randomly with like North Korea, he tried to do an Iran
Make stupid faces when Karen
nuclear
Green bugs
deal
you
style
again.
agreement.
Like at the
As
State
he
of
was
the
ripping
Union.
up the Iran deal with Iran, he wanted to do an Iran-like deal with North Korea. There is no rhyme, there is no reason, there is no logic, there is no anything. It's just he's mostly a neocon warmonger. He deviates from that in rare instances, but he's also completely and utterly unhinged. And the fact that he would casually
he has
mention
no
bombing
coherent
Russia and
policy,
China,
guys.
as if that's a thing that
doesn't.
could ever be on the
He's
menu
an idiot. That's
without
all
the
there is to
destruction
it.
of
Yep.
humanity and civilization as we know it, is absolutely mental. By the way, everybody who likes to pretend like Trump is anti-war, they're not
Oh
going
my
to say a
god!
fucking
Oh
word
my
about
god!
it.
These people are so annoying
Not
on
gonna
Twitter.
say a fucking word about
for like
it.
last several
Yeah.
years.
They're going to fucking
Yep.
mum's the word.
Looking at you,
And
Dim
by the way, we
Full
all
and
know, I
Tucker
mentioned all the
Carlson
ways he's
especially.
pro-war. I didn't even bring
Yeah.
up the most obvious one right now, which is what?
'Cause
He's
they
pivoted
keep
to Biden's
They
rule.
keep forgetting the multiple attempts to start World War III.
That's why.
And the
That's why.
increase in drone strikes by 432%.
Thank you for Biden for actually lowering them to like almost nothing.
Yeah.
And of course, we all know, like Dim Full and Tucker Carlson, they don't believe what they believe here. They're grifters, as we covered before.
Right.
Yep.
On the issue of genocide and ethnic cleansing in Gaza. You've seen it. I've seen it. Biden is pro-Hamas. He's pro-terrorist.
Yeah, sure, pal.
He's abandoned
Yeah, pal.
Israel. I'm not
Yeah,
going to
because
abandon
we
it. I'm
know
going to give
why.
him more.
Because we know that Trump would
Biden-
authorize Bibi to let off a fucking nuke in Rafah.
Yeah, Biden's pro-Hamas as he arms Israel to kill everyone.
Man,
yeah,
I'm gonna
sure,
give him
pal.
more weapons.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
I'm going to cheerlead them
just,
even
just,
more.
just like Biden's a communist and socialist, all that. Yep, exactly everything and such.
I'm
He's been given
not a
millions of dollars by
communist, I'm a
AIPAC,
socialist. I'm an old-ass
$200 million
man with some
from
decency.
Sheldon Adelson. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? This talk is crazy. This is World War III type shit. Would have bombed Russia and China?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, there you have it. Now,
Well, like I said, the other one was more understandable at least. The Russia
Yeah.
one, no. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was really interesting because Kyle did not have the best framing in that regard with the title. The way it made it sound, because I thought it was going to be like Trump said he was just going to bomb Russia and China for no reason whatsoever, which of course I expect Trump to do it because he's an idiot and he said stuff like that before. Now,
Yeah.
like the China one, that's only if they do anything to Taiwan. So half of it makes sense or is justifiable. The other half doesn't. So it's like a weird of kind of like a L for both Trump somewhat and Kyle. That's
Yeah.
really
Then
weird.
again, Kyle's been pretty ill for the last year, so...
On this stuff, yes, unfortunately. I used to like go after people for saying Kyle was wrong on foreign policy because they would always go after him for like being like anti like intervention in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, because he is right on that. But then this other stuff, no, he's definitely wrong on. Oh god.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you gotta say all that? Trump wants to bomb Russia for no reason and wants to bomb China if they attack Taiwan, which would make perfect sense, huh?
So he did say specifically that it bombed Beijing, which is like...
Yeah.
That's a little... like I think that would not be my first option. It'd be
They're
like,
not even close to
bomb the fleet
Taiwan
and the
either.
port. Yeah.
There's-
Bomb the ports and the...
On the coastline of
other
Taiwan. Off the coast of Taiwan and such. That's where the
Yeah.
immediate threat is. I'm pretty sure Beijing's is even far away from Taiwan than Moscow is from the Ukrainian front. Yeah, there's no reason to really focus on that. Go for the immediate areas. Bomb their navy when they tried to, and failed to navally invade Taiwan.
Yep.
Oh man. Wait till they see American might, that would scare them crap missless and such.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah. But still, either way, thank you, Trump, for giving me another reason why I have to vote for senile old man Biden. Not gonna look forward to
Yep.
that. But it has to be done because of your big mouth. Alright,
Yep.
so now, on to the next topic.
That'll be Ed Coulter being racist to Vivek.
And by the way, guys, this was a topic I wanted to do last week, but I completely forgot about it, even though we had like 8 or 9 topics. That was one I wanted to cover. Thankfully, we have a very short video, too, this time around, instead of, like, Kyle, Mike, and all their videos instead. So, of course, Vivek ran for president, Republican Party, earlier this year and such. And we covered before, a lot of Republicans wouldn't vote for him because he's Indian and he's Hindu and such. And, of course, he cucked badly, too, to the racism against him, which was pathetic and such.
Don't forget one of them saying, One of the Smackdowns, one of the funny ones was someone said that one of them sounded like Chat GPT.
So yeah, absolutely pathetic on his part. Just like with Nikki Haley dealing with misogyny and stuff.
Yeah.
No spine whatsoever. So of course,
No.
Ann Coulter talked to Vivek recently on one of their podcasts. And of course, being the ultimate racist she was, she even said, I agree with you to most of all the Republicans, but I can't vote for you because you're Hindu and Indian. Just flat out racist. But of course, no surprise from Ann Horseface Coulter. She's done it before, she always will.
Ann's Coulter.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, what do you call a white woman who disappoints other white women? Oh, I remember. Aunt Coulter.
So, yeah, guys. This is pathetic. This clip is so short, I'm not even gonna show this video. It's like 35 seconds long. It's just Ann Coulter just being racist. So here we go.
I, too, am a fan of yours. I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun. You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black.
Being racist against blacks, too, of course. Yep, let it all out, Coulter. Let it out.
Of course, yes.
Just throw out a slur, too, to make it perfect for us to laugh at.
Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening
Vivek,
segment.
all I'm going to
Lots
say
of
is,
things to talk.
Vivek, what the fuck did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a moment once you finish Coulter talking.
About there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that.
I mean, I'm not surprised. It is Coulter. Are you surprised? I'm not.
No.
But, so, yeah, guys. You saw it right there. We heard Coulter talking. She agreed with Vivek. Of all the Republicans run, she agrees with him the most. She agrees with him more than Trump, and she was a hardcore Trumpster. But she said she wouldn't support him because he's an Indian.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, you stupid racist fucking cunt.
Yeah.
If you agree with Vivek, then you fucking support him. You stupid cunt. Same goes for all of you that and such when we covered Vivek last time. You're all just so freaking racist that you don't support someone that you agree with on all the issues. And we don't freaking like Vivek. Why do we have to freaking defend him? We don't like wanting to defend him, but we have to defend him because you're all being racist. Just like you're all being misogynistic to Nikki Haley. We don't want to defend these people. What the fuck is wrong with you? So yeah, what do you guys say about this? Of course, I'm not surprised. Oh, I know what I can say.
I'm not surprised either.
I know we can say, Vivek,
what do you expect?
Vivek, why are you running the Republicans when you've now had multiple times over several bumps? They don't like you because you're an Indian and you're Hindu. They're racist towards you. Why run in the party? Freaking run in the Libertarians. For hell, freaking run on the Democrat Party. They're right-wing on economics, so you would be on their side in that regard, and they're not going to treat you with racism as the Republicans do. Just why? Why be on the Republican side? They don't like you. They never will. Just stop. It's pathetic. Like, I don't even know what's more pathetic. These clowns being racist to him or him being such a cuck to them. It's pathetic. And the funny thing is, I think in Kyle or Mike's view, I think he even admitted that, some of the Republicans are racist to me. You don't say! You don't say!
Yeah.
Then why be on their side? Just leave. It's pathetic watching what's happened to you. And we're tired of having to defend you, but we have to. Because we don't condone racism, unlike you, apparently. So yeah, what do you guys say about this? Absolutely pathetic.
It is. Seriously, Vivek, you're an absolute...
You're a spineless
you're an
cuck.
idiot.
Absolute spineless cuck that deserves no respect. And please stop making us have to defend you because we don't like you. But until you have a spine to call out these people that they're racist, it's just so annoying. Just stop. It's getting pathetic. No respect whatsoever. Same goes for Haley and such. So yeah. Fuck Ann Horseface Klan's member Coulter and such. Also, fuck you, Vivek. You suck still, but we don't have a problem with you being a Hindu or an Indian.
Exactly.
That is not our concern whatsoever. Our hatred of you is just policies. That's it, and we're going to destroy you on that. Oh, my God. So, now I'm done seeing a pathetic, spineless coward. What's next?
Elections, Mexico and India.
All right, because that just happened recently. And the UK, of course, I found out, had some local elections, but it wasn't anything relevant. They're going to have their general election on July 4th, so maybe we'll cover that and such. Be interesting to see. So, we had big elections in Mexico and India recently. So, first off, let's get to Mexico, as they just had their election 5 days ago. And the progressives won once again in a landslide, as AMLO's successor, Claudia, whatever your last name is, won in an absolute landslide, getting over 32% lead over second place to win in a blowout.
Nice.
So, second time now, Mexico elected a progressive for president. Now, she's gonna be there. Of course, Mexico has 6-year terms, so she's gonna be there till 2030. So, good on them in that regard. 12 years straight of voting for progressive. And of course, I don't really want to get into Idpool, but kind of do need to point out, she's going to be the first female Mexican president. So, yay in that regard, even though it doesn't matter and such. And, of course, this I have to bring up too, because pieces of shit have to point up. She's also will be the first Jewish Mexican president ever, if you knew that. And the only reason why I know that... And the only reason...
know why people are going to be melting down about that on both sides of the political aisle.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to get that. Because there have been so many anti-Semitic pricks on Twitter that did like memes of, oh, Mexico only has... Jews only represent 0.04% of the Mexico's population, and a Jew just won? That seems very suspicious. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Go fuck off, you anti-Semitic piece of shit. Who cares if she's Jewish? Like, let's see. How many countries have majority Jewish population? Probably Israel's the only one. Who cares about anywhere else?
Israel. Israel's the only one.
Yeah, so this is probably common for most countries to have, like, less than 1% or so of population. I don't give a shit if she's Jewish. I don't give a shit if she's a woman either. I don't care about Idpool and stuff like that. And here's the thing, too. She's very progressive. That's the most important thing. Policy is all that matters. Now, on the Israel-Palestine issue, I think she's more neutral on it. She's not fully on board with Israel, which is good, but I don't think she's fully supportive of Palestinians either, so... Not so sure about that. That might be her weakest point as far as I know. But on all the other stuff, she's pretty based and all that from what I've read up. So, yeah, that's still very good. And of course, we already know, especially with Republicans, when she becomes president. Oh yeah, this is really stupid. Even though the election was just early June, like 5 days ago, do you know she's not going to become president until October?
Jeez.
Why did she have to wait 4 months? Like, it's bad enough in America, presidents have to wait 2 months. 4 months? No. You all need to fix that Mexico immediately. Gotta be within 2 months. That's unacceptable long. That is stupid. God, it's like freaking how it was before FDR came in, when presidents in America didn't become president until March 4th, for God's sake. Absolutely stupid. So, that needs to be fixed immediately.
It is actually majority, only one that is majority is Israel.
Yeah.
Israel is 6.3 million Jewish people, which is a majority of its approximately 11 million population.
Surprisingly, only like barely even over half. I wonder who's number 2 then. That'd be very
the US in terms of numbers.
I'm talking about percentage though. I bet barely like 1% next number 2. I bet you it's like 1% or less.
I'm trying to find something here.
It would probably be like Russia or Ukraine, because they have a lot of Jews in them and such. America would probably be up there too, because we have a lot of Jews as well, in terms of raw numbers at least. I think we have almost as many Jews in America as Israel does.
Yeah.
But of course our percentage will probably be very low though, because we're so massively higher populated.
Oh, here we go. Jewish populations of the world. Here we go. So, that's not what I wanted.
But yeah, while you look that up too, not only, of course, do we have to she's going to have to deal with stupid bullshit anti-Semitism, but of course, since she's a woman, you're going to have to deal with misogyny too. And I have no idea how misogynistic Mexico is, but in America, oh boy, there'll be probably fucking racist piece of shits that want to invade Mexico just... not racist. Well, yeah, racist and misogynistic piece of shit that probably would want to invade Mexico just to kill her and probably rape her and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like they are absolutely. There are going to be so many disgusting reactions to her being president. hopefully Mexico, you're not misogynistic like America is. I hope not. And I guess you're still looking up.
I'm trying to find what the percentage, but it won't tell me what the percentage of each populations are.
All right,
Pretty
so
much all of them are, but I'd say it looks like in terms of... Oh, hello, I might have found something. Yes, found it. Okay, the US is third at 1.4%.
oh wow,
And Denmark is second at 1.6%.
Denmark, interesting. Wouldn't have thought
This
so.
is, of course, all the way back in 2013, but
Hey, better than nothing.
Said Israel at the time was at 76.2%. So I think that number's gone down a bit in the last
11 years.
Since then, that percentage has gone down. I think it's about 60.
Benny Boy and Orthodox Jews be mad about that? Because there are a lot of secular Jews that don't care about this stuff?
Yep, no, I just found it interesting.
I didn't think it was going to be over 1%. I thought it was going to be less than 1% or around it. And I ended up being wrong. How about that?
We got France and Uzbekistan that are also over 1% too, and Argentina and Canada on 1%.
So,
Australia, for the record, is 13th at 0.4%.
Same as Mexico then. So, wow, where's Mexico then? So, Mexico must be around Australia then.
In 2013, it was only 0.2.
Uh-oh, it doubled in 10 years. Uh-oh, anti-Semites be mad. Oh, they'll be like, oh no, in 10 years it will double to 0.08, and then 1.6, 3.2. Ah! Oh, shut up and stop crying. Who cares? I don't care.
Yep.
Like, we're atheists and all that. We don't like religion, but I don't care what your religious beliefs are as long as you're progressive. I don't care otherwise. Just like I don't care if you're a woman, all that. All I care about is policies, policies, policies. That's all that should matter.
Yep.
So, based... good on Mexico for her win. Hopefully she'll become good and replace AMLO and such. But now, we gotta get on to the next one. India. Unfortunately, this one is a mixed bag. It's both good news and bad news. So, of course, we'll get to the bad news. And that is Modi, unfortunately, won. And is going to be prime minister still. Which makes us very angry. Because Modi is a disgusting Hindu Nazi piece of shit that should be gone immediately. He's an evil piece of shit.
Like I said, remember that, Hitler was a Christian Nazi. The Chechens are Islamic Nazis. Modi is a Hindu Nazi.
Yes.
Aung San Suu Kyi was a Buddhist Nazi. The Japanese Empire were pretty much Shinto Nazis.
The Israeli government is Jewish Nazis too.
Yep. Bibi Netanyahu's a Jewish Nazi.
Yes.
Or Zio-Nazi, technically.
Yes. So, yeah, this is... very, very angering for us. He won. He got looks like 15% of a 15-point lead. He won by almost 100 million votes and such, which is very angry and unfortunate. But there is some good news though. While he won, his party lost a lot of seats in their version of Congress.
Yes, I saw
they lost
that.
63 seats, which is insane. Yep. So they lost so many seats that they will no longer have the majority of their Congress. They are under 270. So now, they still have the plurality majority though, so they are the biggest party, but they no longer have the majority. So that means they're going to have to do alliances, or, thankfully for the first time in 10 years, Modi will have to face an actual opposition from the Indian National Congress. Let's go.
Yep.
Finally.
About time.
Absolutely. There is one good thing I will say about India is that they do elections like over a month period, which is something America should consider instead of doing one freaking day and such. Been saying it for a long time. So yeah, that's very good that they've lost seats and such. Actually, I'm looking at Wikipedia page that has a thing called alliance seats, I guess, with all their alliances. If this is true, Modi's party would have the majority with alliances only, 293, and they need like 270, I think it was, to have a majority. But the party itself does not have the majority outright. But hey, that's still a good thing regardless. So, what are you going to say about both elections? First, Mexico.
Mexico was awesome.
And then India
was, mixed bag.
Why India? Why do you have to put Modi back in? He's a piece of shit. Just why? Why would you support a fascist? Come on. But
because they're being massively propagandized.
to want to probably kill all the Muslims, kill Pakistan, and of course support Israel's genocide of the Palestinians, because Muslims must die, remember. So, but
and
hey,
of course, support Russia's genocide in Ukraine.
Of course. But I can't say they're completely stupid, because they did really weaken his party. Which, hey, seeing Modi have to squirm and work hard to get his fascism would always be very good. Suffer, you piece of shit. But next time, India, please vote him out. Get that piece of shit out of there. He sucks. He sucks. He sucks. How many times we got to explain this to you for 10 years? He sucks.
He sucks. He sucks.
Get fascism out of here. Oh my god.
Yep.
So, I guess good start. Please support Indian National Congress, and hopefully you kick his ass out. Please. He must go. Alright, so I guess now on to the next topic.
And that would be the Indian Heatwave.
Yeah, you know what? This actually had a part in the election too, and something we haven't covered. I remember Vosh covered like a month ago. We need to talk about it. India, for the last month or so, has been suffering a heat wave. A very, very powerful one too. It's the strongest heat wave India's had in over 120 years. It's been going for over a month, and their peak temperature in Delhi, guess how high it got up to?
50 degrees.
Well, Celsius, but that translates to 127 degrees, which is insane. Now, to put that in perspective, the hottest place in the world is Death Valley in America. The highest temperature ever recorded, although it's been disputed, was 134. So, India and Delhi, earlier this month, or last month, was only 7 degrees off from the all-time record
Celsius
worldwide.
Yeah. Yep.
They almost as hot as average for Death Valley too. And of course, unlike Death Valley is a desert. There's no humidity. Yep. India is a freaking subcontinent. It's just monsoon, like rain everywhere and such. So they're gonna get the wet light bulb effect and such. This is absolutely very bad.
Yeah, remember that dozens of poll workers actually died.
Yeah, because they were covering that too. Because this heat wave happened during the entire election. Because the election, like I said, was over a month. It started April 19th and ended on June 1st. A whole freaking month plus of the elections. And it's been going on for the entire of the election and such. So yeah, a lot of people died trying to help people vote and all that, which is very unfortunate. Now, what's really interesting and weird about this is that India... Now, in theory, India should suffer worse because of the heat wave, unlike us, because they're poor. They don't have access to air conditioning like we do. But guess how many losses they've had? Guess how many deaths? Just 219.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Remember that within the next few years, they're going to get a 36 wet bulb and lose millions.
Yep. But compare that to freaking Europe. In the 2003 heat wave, they had 75,000 deaths. And in the heat wave we covered in 2022, that was like 65,000 deaths. Now, they're rich. They have access to air conditioning. Well, in theory, economically they do, but they don't. So why is it that India, poorer than us, so has less access to air conditioning, has less deaths than freaking Europe, who has access and is wealthy and all that? It also comes down to the fact that India, like Australia and America, we're used to the heat. The Europeans aren't.
That's why there's so many deaths there. But don't worry, it'll be skyrocketing before too long.
Unfortunately. So there is thankfully ways to get around this. Of course, stay inside, air condition, and drink water and such. But of course, it's pretty difficult when you're in a poor ass country like India who has to suffer and all that. But they're hardy people, like we are when it comes to heat, so they're handling it a lot better than Europeans. Oh my god, can you imagine Europe getting like 127 degree heat wave and such? There'll probably be hundreds of thousands, not millions dead, because they just can't handle it. Shows that when you live in an area long enough, you'll kind of get used to it. That's just very unfortunate. So yeah, what do you guys say about this? The unfortunate heat wave that India's dealing with.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
It's going to get worse, unfortunately, with climate change and such. But there is one thing, like we said, about heat waves. In terms of like people dying, there are ways to get around it. But of course, India has to be wealthy enough to afford air conditioning and such. Because India is very, very underdeveloped. They are poor as hell. There are places that don't even have electricity, for crying out loud.
Yep.
Pretty embarrassing for the most populated country in the world and it's supposed to be a great power.
Yeah,
you got to really fix that badly. But hopefully they get through with no problem and such, and hopefully no more deaths and such. Because, You might be able to handle it for long. Who knows how long you'll last if climate change gets even worse with the wet light bulb effect.
Remember, wet bulb temperatures in the 30s is something humans cannot endure for more than about 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, and remember, guys, India, they do get a lot of rain throughout almost the entire subcontinent, so they're going to get high humidity, unlike Death Valley, and a lot of times you down there as well. So they're going to have it a lot worse than us.
We're likely going to have, before the end of the century, we're going to have good chunks of the year where like Darwin, Cairns, Townsville, Broome, and all them will
the
not
city
be
of
habitable.
Townsville?
No, we've got tropical areas in the north.
I know.
And so those
I may be American, but I'm not dumb.
Those parts will become uninhabitable.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah,
And
India probably...
that could include one of our major population centers in Brisbane. Yeah, not good.
Yep, India probably gonna have the worst out of everyone because they get the high temps like we do.
Beats,
Actually, they probably get hotter than America and Australia, but more importantly, they get the high humidity, which is even worse.
Yeah, places like India and that being completely uninhabitable all year round.
And that's pretty bad for the most populated country in the world, 1.4 billion people.
5 degrees.
So yeah.
There's just constant 35 plus wet bulb.
Yep. So hopefully it goes away soon, and hopefully you all get air conditioning, water, and such, and you'll not die as easily. Like that. Yeah. Like there's a very simple way to fix it, but you just gotta have access to it. So hopefully it'll go away soon. All right. So now on to the next topic.
Libertarian president nominee and Libertarian Party hot mic moment.
Yeah.
Or should I say Libertarian?
Yeah. There's technically 3 things we can cover. First off, this is very funny. Trump went to the Libertarian nomination process earlier, and he got booed at by Libertarians there, which is hilarious.
He got booed off the stage. Oh,
yeah, he was desperately trying to get their support and all that. But Trump, you're a fascist.
You're never gonna get that. The Libertarian Party are like, they're like, we want the like. We're Libertarians, but we're not full Nazis like you guys.
Except the Mises Caucus, remember?
Yes.
The
Mises Caucus are Nazis.
Yeah, and they're trying to take over the party, which we're going to get into in a moment. But yeah, that was funny. They booed him. Sorry, Trump, you're an authoritarian. Libertarians suck, but like the honest libertarians, which are very few, they're not going to support a fascist like you. Sorry, pal.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was very funny. But of course, they actually just nominated a libertarian recently for their presidential election. I mean, I'm running such, and can't remember the guy's name, but because Vosh covered it for like an hour about this, and the guy really genuinely seems like an honest, actual libertarian, not like a freaking Nazi, not a freaking like a grifter who's just lying about being a libertarian. All this guy genuinely seems like a normal libertarian that we expect. So. It wasn't really covered, but economics, of course, he's most likely going to be batshit insane and such, which is why we would never support him. But on social issues, he supports abortion to the point of no limits, which is base.
Oh, jeez.
And he supports trans and gay rights, which is also base. Like an actual libertarian is supposed to be. Foreign policy, however, it's kind of weird because he says if he was president, he would end all American proxy wars and stuff, which in theory would be good because, America's done a lot of proxy wars and such, but I have a bad feeling that would also include Ukraine, too, and supporting Taiwan, which is absolutely no. They must be helped and all that. Everywhere else, though, probably, we should stop doing, but Taiwan, Ukraine, all that, no. So I have, like, a really weird, concerned feeling about that. But, this, by and large, is a genuine libertarian belief. Far right on economics, very left-wing on social issues, except the gun issue. And foreign policy, they're all over the place. There are some libertarians, like the Mises Caucus, that don't want to do anything whatsoever. Like, that's their problem. It's not a problem, mind our own business. But there also is a libertarian belief of, hey, help people that are in trouble, self-defense and all that. So it's like a weird thing. But by and large, this guy does sound like a normal-ass libertarian, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Now, of course, like I said, would I vote for him? Absolutely not. Nope. I'm not supporting right-wing economic bullshit, and I don't trust your foreign policy and stuff like that. I'm very skeptical of that. So, But this is still very good for us because it weakens both the Mises caucus, and more importantly, it weakens Trump, which would make it less likely for him to win. Now, the reason why is, since 2016, the Mises caucus, which I don't think we've talked much, are a sect of fake libertarians that are trying to take over the Libertarian Party to turn it into a Nazi party. And the real reason is not to try and make, like, and it's an actual takeover, and not like a genuine one. They're not trying to, like, take over the Libertarian Party because they think fascism is going to make libertarians more likely to win. No, they're doing it to try and weaken the Libertarian Party to encourage everyone to go vote for Trump instead. They're trying to use libertarians to help Trump win such. Now, of course, they've gotten really fucked over just recently with this loss, which is very good, because now, since the libertarians have an actual libertarian nominee who is a genuine libertarian, that means there's an actual option for people who don't like Trump but don't want to vote for Biden. Hey, this guy's far right on economics, which we like, and he doesn't have a problem with abortion, gay rights, so we'll go vote for him. So, this would actually weaken Trump. Because I'm sure you all know about the stupid bullshit about, like, the Greens always ruin the election for Democrats, always spoiling the vote. Yeah, that's bullshit.
No, the Libertarians, they actually hurt the Republicans more than the Greens.
Yeah, because
the
Libertarians are vastly more powerful than the Greens. Libertarians actually have a chance to get millions of votes. Like Gary Johnson, 2016, he got 3% of the vote. Jorgensen in 2020 got like 1 million votes and stuff like that. Like, the Libertarian Party has an actual spoiler effect, unlike the Green parties. So Vosh, start listening and such, and all you idiots.
Yes.
So, like,
shame on you for hating on the Greens, you fucking neoliberal CIA
don't you know?
agent.
Didn't you know I'm a Nazi for supporting Hawkins and Stein in a deep blue state?
Yeah, that's what the CIA told Vosh to say.
Are you saying they're capping?
Yes, they are, because yes.
Oh,
they are.
And don't you know I'm still voting for Trump, even though I said I'm voting for Biden, according to them too?
Evidently, none of them watch this show, because you've said that 3 or 4 times. Because I don't buy 100% their argument that, because I'm not going to, like, endorse Biden, I'm not, like, going to evangelize or vote shame people to vote for. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to vote for Biden, and I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and all that. So I'm not going all the way if they want, therefore I support Trump somehow. But, yeah, guys, just so you all know, I did a video... shaming them for so blindly voting for Biden.
Yep, so... Remember, guys, too, I did a video back in 2017 showing that third-party votes not only did not cost Hillary the 2016 election, they hurt Trump. Remember that?
Yep.
Where I did a video where I did...
more than Hillary, yes.
Yeah, in that video, I had every single Green Party voter voting for Hillary, which wouldn't happen, and I gave 2/3 of the votes of the Libertarians to Trump and the last third to Hillary, because that's most likely the realistic outcome. Actually, that might be best. That would probably be way too generous to Hillary. Plus, doing the Greens all to Hillary, that's way too generous. Giving her 1/3 of the Libertarian vote also is probably too generous. It would probably be close to, like, only a quarter and such. But either way, in that outcome, not only would Trump still win, he would have won, I think, like 2 more states. He would have won by even bigger amount. Showing that third parties did not cost Hillary, they hurt Republicans instead. So maybe you should encourage third party voters, Vosh, and all you idiots. So, this is a very good thing that a genuine libertarian won the Libertarian Party nomination, fuck the Mises caucus, and hurts Trump too, which is all good. That would maybe help Trump and Biden win and such. But that's not it, guys. There's a third angle to this too, which was absolutely hilarious, as there was a hot mic moment at the Libertarian convention. And oh boy, I think we've ran into a Mises caucus member, as this guy, this guy was dabbling into white genocide, white eugenics.
Whoa!
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm going through a few states here at the moment. I'm just testing something. Let's do PA.
This guy was dabbling like all like the racist stereotypes of blacks, and it was so freaking funny, and they didn't know they were on the mic. So yeah, guys, let's watch Kyle make fun of him for this, because this is just so funny.
All right, this story is wild, man. So we had the Libertarian convention the other day. We talked about that. RFK gave a speech. Donald Trump gave a speech. You had the other Libertarian candidates give speeches, and they did their voting. RFK was eliminated. Trump was eliminated. They're going with...
I'm honestly curious why they would even consider Trump as a Libertarian candidate. He's already on the Republicans. Why would you want him for the Libertarian? That makes no sense. He's already on another party. That's a little odd.
They ended up going with actually a more liberal-leaning Libertarian. Right, there's some disagreements within the Libertarian caucus. Some of the Libertarians are in favor of strict border regulations, and they're anti-trans healthcare for youth, and maybe some of them are anti-trans healthcare beyond youth.
The guy they voted for was basically a normal-ass Libertarian.
You have the other,
not a grifter,
more like liberal,
not a Nazi, and all
flavor
that.
and variety of Libertarian, and some of those are in favor of open borders, and they're in favor of trans healthcare, and so there's some disagreements within the caucus. Anyway, the more liberal-leaning Libertarians ended up winning out. But
probably overall the best Libertarian they could possibly get for their party. That's pretty much basically how they do it.
About this amazing moment.
To the point where we had to be like, he's not that entirely bad.
Some of the delegates at the Libertarian convention are caught on a hot mic. They don't know that their private conversation is being recorded and broadcast out there to thousands of people. And man,
what about Michigan?
This is the most libertarian conversation of all time, bro, that you're about to hear right now. It's a little hard to hear. I'm not going to speed it up. I'm going to put it on normal speed because it's easier to hear on normal speed. You'll get most of it, but, we'll break it down for you as we go here. Listen.
Are you guys egalitarians?
He said, are you guys egalitarians? That was his question.
I didn't even, okay.
The dorkiest, geekiest, libertarian.
Are you guys egalitarians? Why, yes, we are, because egalitarian
like a conversation you have when you're 17 and you just learn about Ayn Rand for the first time. And what's your guys' take on it? Come on.
Because I believe everybody is equal. But I don't believe that everybody is equal.
Yeah, I mean, I bring it up in the context of, obviously there's genetic differences, there's IQ differences between individuals on a general curve, and
there's genetic differences, there's IQ differences.
To say right off the bat that you're going to put an Ashkenazi Jew, a white, an Asian, and a black next to each other and automatically assume they're the same, I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. Because
I don't know if you heard that, but he basically said, there's genetic differences, and if you put an Ashkenazi Jew and a white and a black and an Asian together, I think to say that they're the same is actually wrong. He's going to go on and be like,
let the racism fly. This is hilarious.
Population.
Yeah. This is the Micah's caucus people. These are the people who are trying to take over the Libertarian Party, and they're mad that they lost this time around.
Nobody thinks everybody is 100% equal in every facet of life. That's not what equality means. Equality doesn't mean that me and Kobe Bryant are equally good at basketball, may he rest in peace.
No, okay.
That's not what that means. But he says it as if the people who are pro-equality think yes, we are 100% equal in every single aspect of life, every way, shape, and form. Me and you are exactly the same when it comes to math skills, when it comes to reading comprehension, when it comes to creative writing, when it comes to communication skills. We don't assume your intellect based upon your race. Engineering skills, when it comes to technical skills. We're exactly the same in every single way, shape, and form, and every single one of us is. Nobody ever said that. Nobody ever believed that. That's not equality.
Unlike you racists who think blacks are stupid and East Asians are intellectual geniuses.
Right, exactly. Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, all right, so...
I think the guy clearly, he doesn't even want to have the conversation. Like, right, exactly. He's like, can I get the fuck out of here? I'm trying to get a sandwich, dog.
I have an idea.
What's bigger? Black dicks. Black dicks, okay. And Asian dicks are small, right?
Yes, and...
The guy's like, equality? Come on with that. Black dicks are bigger, bro. And their guy's like, yeah, black dicks are bigger. Black dicks are smaller.
Racist stereotyping that blacks have bigger dicks. Let's go.
Yeah.
Racist, no, sexual insecurity racism for the win, like Bosch covered.
Yep, no
the most libertarian conversation of all time.
You know what the difference is on the average?
Don't you know blacks are just physically superior towards whiteys in every single regard?
Yep. Stereotypes are earned.
So he's trying to say
stereotypes
there's
are
a difference
earned
in the average size of the dicks, but it's actually not even that big a difference because it's half an inch. Look, I'll just say, I think we covered this on the show
stereotypes
one time.
Are earned,
like a detailed study about average dick size. I think this guy's wrong. I think it's actually a significantly bigger difference.
So all of these things that we have as jokes and memes and whatnot, they got to where they are because people just kind of agreed on them, maybe subconsciously. So, you know, even though
The reason why equality is not maybe the best idea is because there's a lot of memes that are anti-equality, and, you know, they're kind of true.
half an inch,
half an inch,
blacks will have bigger penises. You know? It's just,
exactly. But
No, blacks do not inherently have bigger dicks. That's just racism, pal. Even if it is a positive one.
but that's on average.
You want to know what the funny thing is?
You know,
The testosterone levels. I've read in a few places that black people on average have higher testosterone levels, and Asians, their testosterone levels are on average lower than whites.
Yes, that's the stereotype.
On average, of course.
Yeah, that was the stereotype that blacks have bigger dicks than Asians, particularly East Asians have smaller dicks. But
I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it now. I swear on like a couple of the things I've seen, I swear that some of those guys' dicks were smaller erect than mine is flaccid, and mine's about average.
It may not be good.
I
that's one of
swear
the-
to God.
yeah, but we all know
swear to
that's
God,
not for every single person.
No, but like there were a few in that. Like I said, there was a few in that in this particular one that was like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure mine's bigger flaccid than yours is erect. How does that happen?
But hey,
I'm sorry,
unlike
it
these
feels
pieces of
bad.
shit, we don't
I'm sorry.
automatically assume racism in that regard.
issues
Because
with the
differences
multicultural
exist,
societies
people.
is that you can't do individualism on a scale of 330 million. Right? You have to categorize, you have to do averages. It's just not
within races than there is between races.
See, that's funny because that's a very non-libertarian thing to say. In a society so big, you actually can't do individualism. You have to categorize based on group. That's what
F
he's
no
saying.
state, let's
I'm
go!
a leftist, and I don't agree with that. I'm a leftist. and I like
Mises
the idea of
caucus, people. This is
individualism way
Mises
more on that
caucus.
front. Like,
Yep.
it's not
They're
possible.
they're spewing
What the
anti.
Mises Caucus believes.
Yep, all this
because
crap,
they're
like
evil.
all this crap right here, this idiot spewing. This is all anti-libertarianism. For crying out loud.
Yeah.
to do it.
Right.
These are the people that are trying to take over the Libertarian Party.
Here, politicians.
Like they took over the New Hampshire Libertarian Party Twitter. Remember?
Yes.
and guys, the New Hampshire Libertarian Party, they actually recently advocated for white separation.
Yep.
They're so racist. It's hilarious.
Talk about the
Yeah.
black community and the Hispanic community, right?
They're
they do
mean.
that because they're fucking pandering. Duh.
Madam Chair, I believe that the microphones are picking up private conversation. They might need to be
You
cut.
are
Didn't that guy who
exposed,
said the
sir.
microphone, didn't he sound like Glenn Greenwald? It's not Glenn Greenwald, but doesn't that sound like Glenn Greenwald?
Oh
Here,
my
I'll do it one- say it one more
gosh.
time.
Chair, I believe
God, I
that the
love it.
microphones are picking up private conversation. They might need to be cut.
Microphone one.
Wow.
Picking up you.
Yeah.
Jeez.
The dude, bro's picking up you, bro. What? Oh man, that's awesome. Imagine getting caught on a hot mic.
Being
and
racist.
The conversation you're having
Yep.
is about
What a
black
surprise!
dick.
Not.
Imagine that.
Please, Libertarian
Imagine
Party,
that.
please kick these people out.
Why do I get the
Yeah.
feeling that a lot of the conversations at this
Get
libertarian
rid of them
convention
now.
were about black
Or
dick?
as soon as possible,
Hey,
just
hey.
get rid of them ASAP.
Hey, like Flight when he raged about the Patriots being terrible last year. Get rid of them
Yeah.
now! Get rid of them now!
Yep.
Oh, but again, me and Crystal were listening to this and laughing, and the thought I can't get out of my mind is just like, it's so fucking nerdy to have a conversation about equality and then be like, well, there are some genetic differences and like dick size is different, so other things are different, so I don't know about that whole equality thing. It's like, bro, again, nobody ever said equality means we want equality under the law, right? Fairness.
Exactly.
Rule of law
I mean,
applied
you guys seem
correctly
to
across the board.
Support this stuff more than we do.
Race,
Since you think all
religion,
blacks all have giant
gender,
dicks and all East Asians have tiny
standing,
dicks,
social
whereas
class,
we
economic
realize
class,
Yeah.
like,
there are
that's what
differences.
equality means.
Yep.
Equality
Same goes for
means in the eyes of
IQ
the law,
and
we're all equal.
education,
we're all
all
given
that.
a fair shot,
Yep.
right? That's
Also,
equality.
IQ
Equality
isn't
doesn't
really
mean
the greatest thing.
Good
Like,
guess.
great measure.
Because guess what, pal? They're going to be really, really, really smart blacks. They're going to be really, really, really retarded East Asians. So those stereotypes aren't true.
everybody's dick is exactly the
Yeah.
same size.
Likewise, not all East Asians are automatically wealthier than whites.
Everybody's balls are
Yep.
the same size. Everybody has the exact same reading comprehension skills and math skills and fucking.
I don't know about that,
communication
Kyle.
skills
If that was the case,
and whatever.
conservatism wouldn't
And
exist.
art skills, like. Obviously, there's massive variation on that front, but that doesn't mean.
Oh, but Mises is mad about that one.
More broadly,
Oh,
and that doesn't mean somebody else is.
Who am I kidding? They're too illiterate to understand what I said. They need to play Vicky 2. They need to go to national focus and encourage clergy in every single state to get to 2%, and maybe their literacy will go up to understand stuff.
More broadly. And that doesn't mean
Maybe they'll go up to 40% so they can actually promote capitalism, so they can actually go laissez-faire and actually do their economic policy that actually works in the game, unlike in real life.
an average of an ethnic group and then generalize about an individual based on the numbers of the group, right?
Yeah, because you guys love generalizations and stereotypes.
Don't you have better things? You're libertarian.
That's all their whole.
Don't you have better things to be talking
is.
about? Shouldn't you be ranting and raving against Israel's war crimes right now?
Kyle,
you know, shouldn't you be
Nazis.
talking?
They love Jews dying. Come on, they would love that.
About ending the drug war. No.
Kyle, they're fascists.
Talking
they
about
want
black
to not
and
have
Asian.
legalized drugs.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So, yeah, first off, let's say, what do you guys say about Trump getting booed there? Hilarious.
Yep, that's hilarious. Yeah.
Two, what do you guys say about that Libertarian nominee?
Interesting.
Please weaken Trump and please get rid of the Micus caucus. And also the hot mic moment.
Yeah. Go!
Sucks to be a fascist. Can't even take over the Libertarian Party. Oof, you guys are sad. Alright, so now, on to the next topic.
Hardcore anime shippers need to touch grass. And no, that does not mean touching grass-type Pokemon.
Or they'll probably be saying grass as in something female.
No. Maybe real life.
But, yeah, this is a topic I want to talk about, especially because I'm sure you know recently, since December, I started getting back to read manga, right?
Yes, you did. Yes.
And just recently, have you heard series Nisekoi?
Maybe.
I even made a monster truck of it recently, which I just uploaded a video of it just earlier. It's a awesome series that was an awesome manga series from like back in the early 2010s and such. It had an anime in 2014-15. I just finished reading all 25 volume series last night. I was up till 5:30 in the morning today reading the last reading the last one. Normally I can read an entire book within like 40 minutes or quicker because I can speed read really quickly. I was slowly going through to make sure I got everything correct and all that. But of course, do you understand? You probably don't know the plot of Nisekoi, do you?
No.
Put basically, the male protagonist gave a promise to 10 years before the series began that he would marry a woman, and they had a lock and key that would determine like their love and such. However, it turns out, as the series going on, there were 5, potentially 6 different women that not only had feelings for him, but also had a key to that locket.
Wow.
So most of the series was about trying to figure out whose was it. And it wasn't until like the final volume where it was finally revealed and all that. Now, of course, as I'm sure you know, as you're a fellow weeb too, although I doubt you're as much as me, like, you know, there's like hardcore, not just shippings, but like pairings, like in Harlem, like anime and manga. Like the
artist that I'm on, and I'm donating money to their Patreon. I'm on their server. Their artwork, lore stuff looks like a harem anime because there's one guy, an Eevee, and he's got like. Well, a lot of the girls play with each other, and some get on with randos, but most of them are like, yeah, we got this one guy that we really like, and he can't decide who he wants to get with, or
you know the problem with like, so you know the situation with like anime, manga and anime involving like harem with like men with like multiple women, like eventually there'll be fans in the series that are like, we're fans of this girl, we're fans of that girl, and such. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, of course, there was 2, basically, in the series, like I said, in Nisekoi, the main protagonist, Raku, there was like I said, 6 women after him. There was like only 5 that were like legit, like potential 10-year ago marriage people.
Yep.
There was really only 2 of them though in the end that were like the legit ones, Chitoge and Onodera.
Uh-huh.
I was fully on board with Onodera from when I first saw the anime back 10 years ago. I was hardcore on Team Onodera from the very start. Sweet and all that, unlike Chitoge. And of course, I read the final chapter last night till 5:30 this morning. And it turns out, remember I said he had a locket that would reveal who he would marry and such?
Yep.
Because no one remembered. It turned out like all of them knew each other when they were kids, and they didn't remember till like the last few chapters and such, when everything got all figured out. And guess who the locket was?
Hey.
Onodera! The one I wanted. And right after it was revealed, they both confessed to each other that they loved each other. So I'm thinking, oh my god, like I knew for most of the series that it was very likely going to be Chitoge because it was like heavily implied and such, but I thought maybe there's a chance. She was the woman in the locket. They confessed to each other soon afterwards. Both confessed to each other. I figured maybe it would finally be it. But after they confessed, he went with Chitoge.
Ah!
I mean, the ending was still sweet. 10. I'm giving the series a 10, but man, I am very salty. Didn't end up with Onodera. I am so salty. Oh, about it. But of course, unlike some people, I'm learning to deal with it. And of course, this is going after the anime community that take it way, way, way too far. And I'm sure you know I'm going with it. Because I bet you probably see it too. Like,
yep,
so,
I have.
You're in the server, whatever. I'm sure you see like fights and regular about she's best girl, this best girl, and all that. Do you?
Some. It's pretty chill at this point.
Oh yeah. Do you know about the Do you know about the quintessential quintuplets controversy?
No.
Well, in that one, because that's another series I'm reading. Basically, kind of like the same thing. The male protagonist is trying to teach 5 quintuplet sisters because they're like terrible at school and such. And eventually, throughout the series, all 5 of them fell in love with him. So he has like a harem of like 5 sisters that are after him. Now, the series, just like with Nisekoi, it was heavily, and I mean heavily implied from like almost the very start that one of the sisters would be the one he marries. And it was revealed at the beginning of the series he would marry one of them. It was just not revealed who it would be to like the last chapter and stuff. I haven't gotten to that chapter yet and such. But it was heavily implied one of them was the one he'd marry and such. Now, spoiler alert, I haven't gotten this far, but I know about what happened because of the controversy. So, when he did get married, guess what?
What?
It was one of the sisters that was the exact opposite of what everyone thought it was going to be. The one that no one thought he was going to marry ended up being the one he married. So because of that surprise ending, the creator of the series, Quintessential Quintuplets, got death threats because of it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Classic Harlem ending. Beef with one of the women, and the other like best girl people go completely apeshit about it.
Don't worry, the fanfiction I'm writing for my universe is AU. Instead of one of the ones currently in the harem,
one of the Pokemon ones.
With one of my female characters.
Wait, was it one of the Pokemon ones?
It's a Pokemon one. It's a Pokemon one, but it's made for Pokemon characters instead of human characters.
Oh, kind of like Mystery Dungeon somewhat.
Kinda. I've got to actually check. I actually don't.
So this series has like.
No, there are humans in there, but this is a
It focuses on the Pokemon.
This is a different universe to what we're used to.
Yeah, focus on the Pokemon more. You said.
Yeah, though most of the Pokemon are Anthros, so
Oh boy! Of course, you're the furry, so of course you do that.
Yep. Yes.
So what was
okay. I'll send you a couple of images of what a couple of my characters look like.
But basically, same thing like male protagonist has multiple women after him, right?
Yeah. Yep, he's got multiple interests. We've got one already that's that look like they might have been part of the harem, but they're actually not anymore. And we've got, there's like 3 or 4 others, there's like 4 others still, potentials. And yeah, it's... But yeah, like, we don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah.
But we know that, because he doesn't know what he's doing, going to do with life. He's a go with the flow guy.
Yeah, and of course, it's not just with, like I said, with quintessential quintuplets. Another series I started reading a few months ago, Domestic Girlfriend, which I still have to finish reading. It had, I don't know, and I don't want to know because I don't want to be spoiled. From what I read up, because I was looking up the quintessential quintuplets controversy, the ending, from what I heard, was so spectacularly bad. I don't know how it happened, but the developer of that also got death threats too. And that series, I know, has a gigantic, stupid, long love triangle that I think has gotten too big. God, the male protagonist literally fucks one of the women in the first 2 chapters. I'm not kidding, too, about that.
Oh, jeez!
Yep, fucks one of the women in the first 2 chapters, then he falls in love with his sister, who is his teacher in school,
what?
and then later on the relationship gets revealed, and she has to leave, then he has another woman, then he meets the teacher again, and they, like, broke up or whatever, then goes back to the woman he fucks first. It's a stupid long triangle and such, but the ending apparently led to the creator getting death threats because it was so bad. I don't even know how, but you get what I'm saying. That's what I mean by touch grass.
Yeah.
Like I did, just when I banged the book back on the table and I said, Chitoge got it. So, yeah, what do you got to say about that? Death threats because of the ending you didn't want.
That's sad. Yeah, I had that recently with Bad Batch. I'm a little salty about it, but I'm like, I'm okay. It's not terrible now. I can understand it.
Oh, so you had a best girl moment that got rejected, like I just did?
No, more like, no, in this case it's a different one. It was a different thing of the death of a particular character.
Oh. So, yeah,
actually, yeah, so...
Like, I've noticed this for a very long time. This is, like, a big problem with, like, manga and anime series where they have, like, Harlem plot and stuff where multiple women are after a man or such. Even stuff like To Love Ru where the protagonist Rito has no desire for any of them, but he always ends up with perverted crap with them that ends up having a gigantic Harlem with, like, God, what was it, like 10 or 13 different women in it, and all of them are like
inadvertent. Oh my God!
And I kid you not, almost every single one of them are completely inadvertent. He always ends up with some perverted crap, gets the crap beat out of him, and then they end up falling in love with him like in a Suendiri way. It's hilarious. I gotta get back to reading. But that's why they usually don't do like Harlem stuff. They'll either not do it because they don't want to deal with like fan shipping and all that, and they get like too far with the death threats, or they'll like not have like them be with anyone, basically. Just like leave it wide open, like To Love Ru and such. Because I remember seeing the whole anime of that. That was wide open pretty much from the very start and such. But yeah, that's what I wanted to cover. Like, guys, I was unhappy too if only they are not getting picked in Nisekoi. But am I going to give death threats to the development and creator? No! Because I don't need to touch grass like you all do.
Yep.
So yeah, what do you guys say about this?
That's fucking stupid. Jesus.
It's so common in the anime community. I don't get it. They're upset.
I don't know why.
Hell, even in visual novels are like that too, for crying out loud. And on my Arrogate, oh boy, there are so many times where the can end and didn't go the way I wanted, but I didn't need to threaten death. I just touched grass, touched keyboard, and went on my way. Like, the only reason I brought it up because I was so butthurt about the ending at 5:30 in the morning reading the rest of it. But I had to talk about it. That's something I wanted to talk about for a while. But man, that was a long topic talking about that. Jeez. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's what happens when you gotta be careful about doing Harlem manga and anime tropes. You gotta deal with hardcore fanatical fangirls and stuff. Yeah. That are way too obsessed with the shipping. So yeah, guys. Like, touch grass like I have to do about the ending of Nisekoi.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. I think that's all the topics. So hope you all enjoy, and see you all next time for episode 105. And of course, I think we've announced it before, but we're going to announce it again. Very soon, we're going to be doing the PragerU special, where we're going to do an entire episode covering nothing but PragerU. And it might probably go up in July, because we're going to do it throughout June, because it's way too big for like one go and such. But yeah, tune in that later on in the future when we cover a whole bunch of PragerU videos and mock the crap out of them. So see y'all for episode 100. See you all for episode 105, and later on, maybe in July, the PragerU meltdown.
See you then.